Alright, this is a PSA video because I already know the kind of content I like making. Not my little sister in the back. But I know the type of content I like making, right? I like to talk about things regardless of whether they're serious, TV shows I like, really anything that I just have on my brain and I want to rant about it. I like ranting, I like yapping a lot. So I wanted to make the PSA to essentially prevent some things from happening because I know I have a lot to say and some of those things can be like I said, I don't think what I have to say is controversial. Like, I don't say anything like, oh yeah, I think women shouldn't have the right to vote. I've never said anything crazy like that in my life. Like, I'm not like some crazy woke right-wing person who's trying to invoke a reaction out of you and then make my point make sense. No, I'm just saying things and I don't like being taken out of context in any capacity. So whenever I say my things, I likely mean what I say. I don't like to have my words stretched into something that they're not, you know? And I also don't like being used as a pawn for hatred towards any other group. Gender, race, anything. I don't like being used to prove a point of a hateful person. And if it just so happens to align with something that a hateful person is trying to spread, that is not something I want to be a part of. Like, no, you're not going to use me as some example to spread your hatred towards others. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't condone that. I actually despise people who do that because it's weird. And unless I'm your friend and I'm literally right beside you being like, yeah, I condone this hate message, I should not be a part of anything to do with you because I don't know people like that. So don't use me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just don't. I'm so serious. Don't. And
come back by yourself so I could break your fucking ass neck. Go suck and think what you do best, you silly bitch.
Because if you're using my words in a hateful way, you don't understand what I'm doing in my videos. Like, I'm just observing and saying what I think about things. Can I want some of these things to change? Of course, but I'm for the most part just speaking and observing and criticizing these things specifically. Will I use people as examples? Obviously, because it's human behavior at times, but you're not going to catch me telling you to go hate on a whole group of people. I won't tell you to start stereotyping an entire group, gender, or anything because I have like a discussion on parts of something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and he designed some boxer briefs that both men and women and non-binary people of all gender appropriations and the pronouns, everyone is included.
It's weird. Don't do that. That's weird of you. But yeah, and I'm all about peace, love, happiness, puppies, rainbows, kittens. Unicorns. So if you think I have anything or want to do like anything with hate, you got me confused because I'm not. I'm all sunshines and rainbows up here, so please don't involve me in that at all. Any weird thing you have, do not make me your token. Simple as names. So don't use me for hate. Please do not take me out of context. And some of you do not deserve a right to privacy. If you're going to be online spreading hate, then I do not think somebody has to honor you by like hiding your profile picture or not letting people know your account. Like, no, you don't deserve that. You wanted to do that in the first place. Take the consequences with it. You're on the internet. And then, yeah, whenever it comes to my life, I'm literally just speaking about where I'm coming from. I don't like really speaking on other people's points of views or whatever. That's it. Those are like most of the points I wanted to make in this PSA. I may update this in the future. I don't know. But yeah, PSA did need to be made because I already know how people get down. I've been too lazy to edit anything because I can't tell you the amount of videos I've made during this time. And I was just like, I'm not going to edit this shit. I've done that so many fucking times, but I'm trying to change. I'm not even going to say nothing. Okay. So do you find yourself saying, oh, I wish we had that old school love, the 1950s love? I'll tell you this, women had no rights. A lot of marriages, were out of like very much convenience without without being married, you literally had no other way to care for yourself. So without a man in the household, you quite literally had to be married to, like, you know, do affordable things. And if you didn't have a man in the household, you were likely a prostitute, and then you still had to do shit for men. So everything, any job that you could had involved a man, right? Now let's go to that 90s love. Oh my god, I want the 90s love. Ooh, it's so nice. You were likely getting beat on. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Ah! You slapped me, you monkey!
Marry me.
Okay, so why did I get so negative Nancy there? The whole point of me saying that was I wanted to basically say that there were like downsides to, you know, love in like every generation, because I don't know what it is, but people really want to act like, oh yeah, this is the worst generation for love. Everybody's just, oh, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I'm here to say. What I am here to say is that all of these theories are like trying to, you know, say what love is and how love is nowadays. There's no point in doing it. You need to stop and you need to just experience, is what I'm trying to say. Like, we need to just start experiencing instead of trying to explain and put a label on every single thing to do with love. You know what I'm saying?
Would you hit? Our religion aside. Be honest now.
I'm gonna say this, y'all need Christ. Need Christ, man. Christ can save you.
He'll hit.
Smell it right now.
I do. Tell me.
Ew, you nasty ass bastard! You fucking nasty ass motherfucker! That's nasty, man!
Gonna hurt somebody's feelings, but I truly don't give a fuck. I cannot date a man who is a good father.
We have to work on ourselves and accept better.
But if you give the next dude, they gonna cheat too. It's like, I should just stack my last.
No, I totally agree with you. They're all off. There's like they all act like that. But
Yeah.
there's some people who genuinely feel like there's some men who don't cheat, and they'll argue
Never.
down about that, and then they'll make it be like, oh, y'all is just with them niggas that be cheating.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't say nothing. But no,
Yeah.
babe, they're all cheating.
Huh?
As much as I will say I don't like how things are, I am such an optimistic and hopeful person. It is so hard for me to write off anything completely. You know what I'm saying? So can I experience a bad man and be like, oh yeah, fuck love? That ain't true though. No, I still want my dream man. Yes, I still want a husband or something new. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I still want that. Like, I know I still want that in my heart. So it's like, am I going to sit there and be delusional and say every man is the same? Or am I going to attempt and see, and if it doesn't work out, just move on. Like, you ain't gotta live in it. Like, if it's really bothering you that bad, that's what gets me. See, I keep on discovering as I'm talking. That's where it's getting me. Because for me, whenever I realize, oh, this ain't some shit I want in my life, I'm like, okay, bounce, like, cut. Like, I'm not, you're wasting my time. I'm seeing a bunch of flags that I'm not liking. I'm seeing shit that ain't gonna last for me in my future, and this and that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this ain't gonna work out. Simple as that. I move on. Dudes or girls will say all that and then still be with the person and just be like, oh yeah, that's my ex. That's my toxic ex. It's like, bro, y'all like that shit. Some of y'all like that shit. Then be calling the whole, whenever they be faking like they want something better, then they'll call that shit boring and be like, oh yeah, it's just so boring. It's like, you don't really want that, do you? If you want some roller coaster of like a bumpy ass relationship that is like genuinely toxic, I'm not even talking about, because all relationships are gonna have bumps, let's be for real, but like, I mean just genuinely toxic, like it's like relationship ending arguments we talking about right now, and you're like, well, yeah, it keep me entertained though, like it's, yeah, like I like getting him so pissed that he literally fucking slams me into a wall, like some serious shit, and it turned me on. It's like, okay, girl, Okay, girl. Do you. Because I see this happen between both groups and like the genders.
I don't believe a woman at all. You know how you know if a woman is lying? If she's moving her mouth.
These modern day women, they don't listen to nobody, no one. You don't even listen to your own mama.
Ladies is like a weird creature, you know. They don't never like you. They don't really like you for your own self, you know.
I know a lot of things, but I don't know about that. I'm not sure why.
They always want something out of you. You know what I'm saying? But like, just if I was you, you know what I'm saying? Just keep your distance. You know, you can mess with her, but don't fall too deep.
Yeah, right.
They pose as humans, even though they have no understanding of the human heart. They eat, even though they've never experienced hunger.
Nigga, ain't no bitch loyal in this world, nigga.
Just cause you got played don't mean I am.
How long y'all been together?
6 years.
6 years. You think she only talking to you and God?
Go through her phone and shit and I ain't be there.
Yeah, nigga. It's already deleted.
And I don't care how happy you see me with a bitch. I do not trust a female.
Electric chair.
Well,
Let it out. Let it out.
you know, there's a lot of negative connotations from both genders. Negative Nancy's and everything, but I think this is just the generation that has it's been the most free it's been for a second. Like, everybody has the opportunity to be independent if they want in this specific generation. So I think that's what it is more of. Everybody can be independent if they want. Like, a woman does not need a man in this generation. You can get your own money and chill and, you know, just do whatever you want. A man don't need no woman. Like, it's really just that. Nobody needs anybody nowadays. Back then, you needed a husband. Like, if you did not have a husband, you had to go for yourself because you could not provide for yourself aside from that, because they didn't allow that. You didn't have any jobs, you didn't have any rights, nothing. You had to have a man to get along in life. Of like, into like the 80s, 70s, 90s, it was still, yeah, you still need a man though. Like, it was still looked down upon if you didn't really have a man or anything, you know. But the whole point of all this shit is, what I'm trying to say is, basically, there are 8 billion people. Obviously, that's not an exact number, but the estimate is that there are like about 8 billion people in the world, right? I am a woman. I share half of this world with like probably a certain percentage of men. Same thing for if you're a man watching this. You share half of this world with like a certain percentage of women. And what I don't get is why we were all so negative towards each other. You know? What does this prove for you that women have certain things bad about them? Like, you've experienced some bad women. So what? You know how many women there are in the world? You know how many good women there are in the world? No, you wouldn't know that, because you're limiting yourself to like a middle school girl who broke your heart one time and now every woman's fucked up. Same thing with the woman, maybe. Like, but I, in my heart of hearts, I try not to go into new things with like bad memories on my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like to start putting others' behaviors onto others just because of what some other dude did to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to give grace, because it's like, yeah, I went through something bad, but that doesn't mean this next person's gonna do the exact same thing or something to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I try to give grace, because I'm like, and the whole point of this is basically, if you want love, I think what it is you do have to give grace. Like, that is what comes with it. You're gonna have to give grace, because you're gonna have your bad experiences, probably, likely. But if you want to have this whole like, oh, I want like my dream girl, my dream boy, grace may need to be given to others at times. That's what I'm trying to say essentially. Now, am I saying go for anything and give grace? No, but I'm saying because I can't say I'm not strict. I am strict. I'm like, I know what I want, and if I'm looking at your behaviors up until this point and it ain't lining up with what I want in my future, then I will cut. That's simple. That's calm. That ain't nothing crazy. But you know, if a person gives you any slight signal of like a past thing that you like have trauma with or something, or like literally just ingrained in you now, to like make sure that you don't have anything to do with this slight thing this other person did, that's a bit much. It's like, give a little grace, okay? Like, we're all humans. Nobody's perfect. Nobody, and I mean nobody. Yeah, but for me personally, I've been on both sides of like the gender war love videos, like the TikToks, the shorts, the IG reels, the videos, the video essays, everything. I've seen it all, and honestly, that goes into another thing. Sometimes you are seeking out. It sounds crazy, but you can like be seeking out these things. Like, of course, nobody wants to be with a bad person. Of course, no. But if all you talk about is these negative Nancy's and you just constantly be like, oh yeah, all these women, nothing good, nothing, you don't have any standards. You don't have any expectations of women. You have no standard that you actually want of a woman. So you go out and you take anything. And then you complain about what you took because you just sat there and talked negatively about, you know, females or women the entire time. And then whenever you went out, you literally just messed with those same negative females, and you just kept on continuing the cycle of being like, yeah, bitches ain't shit, and and it's like, well, you ain't shit either. You like bitches that ain't shit. That's what you fuck with. That's all you want to talk about, and you like to prove your point. Like, it's that right there. Like, as I'm talking, I'm figuring out what I'm trying to say. You want to prove your point that bitches ain't shit. Like, that's what it is. Like, you ain't really hoping for shit. You ain't hoping that no girl gonna do you good. You ain't hoping or this and that. In your head, you already have in mind what this girl's gonna do to you. Most of the time, a lot of dudes at this point would just be like, oh yeah, it's just a certain amount of time. So you already know what you into. Like, you see what I'm saying? So like I said, even forget gender. This goes for everybody. I think we just need to be more optimistic people. And like I said, am I saying be delusional to a point and just let somebody walk all over you or do whatever they want to you? No! That is not even what I'm trying or attempting to insinuate. I am just saying that it doesn't need to be all black and white. Like, it is okay to be optimistic and still want good things for yourself. Like, that is okay. You don't have to accept that everything is bad. Like, I hate looking at those videos, and then what gets me the most about it is that you're putting this onto a younger generation. You're showing them what they're gonna grow up in. All these content creators, influencers, best believe you're influencing. Like, if all you do is get on the internet and talk about how bitches ain't shit, you're gonna have a bunch of little boys coming up being like, yeah, bitches ain't shit. You're continuing. If anything, it's your fault. It's your fault that all this shit is happening. And the same thing with women. If all you do is come up and be like, oh yeah, only get a nigga for his money, all you gotta do is look pretty, and fuck all these niggas, they all shit, and they gonna cheat on you at some point, and you'll never have a real man who can, you know, just be there for you and not cheat and be loyal and like really care and love for you. That's like you're working with a bunch of pieces of shit essentially. That's what I've seen some women genuinely preach. And let's be real, a lot of these people's audiences are younger women. It's like, damn, do you know how harmful it is to preach that there are basically no good people in this world to both like younger audiences, that like all you have is just pieces of shit? You're teaching both of them that they should expect nothing out of life, and that is so detrimental. on a child's mind, because I think all childhood should be hopeful and optimistic. Can it be real and hurtful? Obviously, but that's something that I feel a child should have to learn, not be told and have never experienced, because that's what it's starting to look like nowadays to me as well. I'm starting to see boys who haven't even been through shit, or girls that haven't even been through shit, and they're saying, oh, you haven't even had your first kiss, you haven't even held hands with a boy romantically, and you're over here on the internet talking about, oh yeah, nigga, you gotta pay for me and this and that. What are you talking about?
And I've been getting money.
Bitch, put that shit back in my purse!
All around me or from me. Or niggas like being like, oh yeah, all girls do is this and that and that. Boy, you haven't even looked at a female. You haven't even been alone with a female one-on-one. What are we doing? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, all this shit is bullshit. It is genuinely just bullshit. Like, we gotta be better as older people who are actually experiencing something, and also, bettering ourselves, and then also watch what you say on the internet and who you're necessarily influencing. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it is going to be a fact. There are going to be a lot of young people on the internet, and a lot of older people who are already experiencing all these things ain't even gonna have time to want to go watch that shit, because it's like, hey, okay, well, I already know this, or I already go through all this. Why I need a video to tell me this? They don't care about that. It's gonna be people who ain't never experienced that shit a day in their life to go watch you, which is gonna be younger people. You see what I'm saying? Like, use your brain. Like, it's genuinely so sad to me though. Like, yeah, I just feel like it's okay to be optimistic. There's nothing wrong with being optimistic. If anything, to me, I feel like it is always better to be positive than it is to be negative, because living in negativity can be so detrimental to you as a person. It's so detrimental to like your body to just be negative all the time. So at least with optimism, can it come with hurt at times? Of course, that's simple, because at the end of the day, humans are humans. They can hurt others. That's gonna happen at points, but it's always better to be optimistic and hopeful and positive than to live in negativity. I'm not saying you can never have a negative moment, or never be sad or mad or angry, have any negative emotion ever. No, I'm saying it's just better not to live in it. With all these theories and all of these mantras and all these things people are saying nowadays, it's like living in negativity. Like, everything surrounding love nowadays, like at least the discussions of love, it's all negative.
I want it to end. I want it to end. I want it to end. Please. I want the eyes gone. Stop watching me. Stop.
And I feel like that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for listening. I hope this made sense. I was just, I'll just be ranting on here. But like and subscribe if you want to see more.